today's vlog, I will show you our trip to Kyoto. In our last Japan vlog, we were still in Tokyo exploring the city and the nearby area of Kamakura. But now, we are venturing off from Tokyo and going to Kyoto. Kyoto is one of the oldest areas in Japan, known for its traditional temples, shrines, and rich culture. It is a common destination for tourists and known as the cultural capital of Japan. From Tokyo, Kyoto is easily accessible through the Shinkansen, aka the bullet trains. From Tokyo Station, it only takes around 2 hours and 15 minutes to arrive at Kyoto Station. The bullet trains are a great way to explore Japan. You can buy the tickets ahead of time and even reserve the seat you want. Each seat has a tray table and space to store your luggage. Honestly, these trains have more legroom than an economy flight. For this ride, I reserved a window seat and brought along a self-heating bento box that I bought from Tokyo Station that morning. After we got to Kyoto Station, our first stop after dropping off our bags was visiting Nishiki Market. Nishiki Market is a historic market in Kyoto and has a bunch of food vendors selling fresh seafood, snacks, sake, and much more. Some items we tried was tempura, sake, and matcha mochi. Afterwards, we walked around and explored more of downtown Kyoto area, seeing Yasaka Shrine and Shirakawa Lane. The cool thing about Kyoto is that it makes you feel like you are transformed into ancient Japan times. They do a great job of keeping the wood tones even for modern establishments like Starbucks or Columbia. There aren't any large skyscrapers like Tokyo, and it makes you feel calm walking through the historic lanes. One of my favorite areas was Yasaka Shrine. It is very vibrant and peaceful, and there are vendors selling food items like takoyaki outside of the temple. We went there around 5 p.m., but I heard it's really pretty at night as well. bit more and headed back to our hotel to get rest before our early start tomorrow. The next morning at 7 a.m., we headed out to Fushimi Inari Taisha, possibly one of the most famous landmarks in Kyoto. If you have ever seen photos of Japan where people are standing next to orange gates, this might be the place. This is the head shrine of Kami Inari and is filled with thousands of torii gates, which are the orange pillars you see as you walk through. All of them are donated and have the names of the donators on the pillars. Sources say there are almost 10,000 gates, and these gates are there to designate the entrance to the holy domain of Kami and protect against evil forces. The shrine sits at the base of a mountain, and the overall trail to the smaller shrines up the mountain takes about 2 hours to walk. This place can get super busy if you don't get here early, but luckily we got there early enough to go at our leisure and also take photos without having to block too many people. Make sure you bring water because this walk is a bit tiring, and knowing that it's uphill, there isn't much vending machines until you reach the top. After we finally finished our loop, we made it back to the base just in time to see the opening of many food vendors back at the bottom of the temple. To reward ourselves, we got some takoyaki, this 100 yen cheese bread, and some sweet potato fries. Afterwards, my brother and I headed over to a tonkatsu place for lunch. We saw a lot of great reviews about this place, and it's called Katsukura Tonkatsu, and it was probably my favorite meal in Japan so far. You have to get there early because even before opening hours, there is a line outside of the store. The restaurant is tucked away in a corner, but once you walk in, it's a fairly big place. Once you get seated, there is a menu you can choose from, and they even have guidance on how to properly enjoy the tonkatsu. I got a normal tonkatsu and a crab croquette as well, and my brother got a box rice set with pork. It was honestly so good, and I wish I could go there again. After lunch, we rejoined my parents to explore more of Kyoto. This time we headed towards Kiyomizu Dera and Yasaka Pagoda. Honestly, in Kyoto, the one good thing is you can walk around and see so many cool things. We didn't have much planned for this area, but along the way we stumbled upon the pagoda, the famous matcha house that serves matcha tiramisu, and Kiyomizu Dera temple. It can get very crowded, especially in the afternoon time, but it was very lively and fun to walk around. You don't need to pay to go see the temple from the outside, but there are tours that you can pay for to see what it looks like inside if you're interested. after several hours of exploring the area in the scorching heat, we treated ourselves to some ice cream and kakigori and ended the night with some Indian food that was honestly so good. Who knew that Indian food in Japan was better than the stuff we get in the States? And that is it for our Kyoto vlog. I hope you enjoyed the video. There was so much more that we saw, but I didn't film because every corner you turn in Kyoto, there is always a cultural site to learn from. Definitely a great experience, and I hope to see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!